know you guys as a staff are on the temple, but we got.
We are definitely on the temple. Yes.
Looking back, just from your perspective, of the last game, can you put a finger on what exactly happened against Houston?
Well, I need more fingers. I think that I have. So we'll dig that sore back up. Yeah. Offensively, I can speak about it. I think coaches probably spoke quite a bit about the mindset and some of the things that maybe went on. I think he used the perfect storm and some things like that. So I'll let him have covered that. Obviously, I thought it was a game we could not finish drives. We did have a couple 3-and-outs early. I thought had a couple errant balls that maybe should have been caught, maybe should have been a little bit more in. You gripe, you think the guy maybe was interference on one of them. Okay, so that whatever. But really, we just could not sustain the drives. We had some things going. As I told you last week, Houston's defense, nobody thought they were any good, but they were pretty good. They're one of the more talented. I'm not saying they're the most talented, but they were up there. They just had so many injuries. The SMU thing threw all the stats off. They had 7 starters out, in that game. 2 got hurt in the first half. So the second half, we're playing with 9 starters out on defense. Well, you're not going to be very good playing against SMU, who's pretty good. So, they were talented. So you got to play good. And they were the team that, remember I was telling you, they stone you, and then they would give up a big play. Somebody blow a cut. Well, you know what? The game was exactly that way. We had 7, maybe 8, depending on how you look at one play, where we had a chance to make a big play. Guy was open. One time we missed the read. Okay, one time we had pressure. One time they dropped. It was one of those things. So we could just never ever put the thing in the end zone. If you don't score a point, you're not going to win the game. So it was very frustrating. Still frustrating. We are trying to put that behind us, but you use that to correct. What you got to do better. I think it's not nearly as much physical. I think we pressed a little bit. I think the kids wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? I know the coaches wanted to do it. I think we all pressed a little bit. I think, I don't know, why. I know Holt, some of the guys mentioned a little bit about, the Cincinnati game might have had a little bit more of a hangover than maybe we thought. We all know that happens from time to time. Coach never talks about conference championships, or really they talk a lot about winning the game. He talks more about the process, what you do to be successful. So I don't think we had put too much into the conference, but the kids hear all that. I think they wanted that. I know the seniors wanted that. So I guess that knocked us out of it. Did we lose a little of our edge? Because you got to have a lot of edge now. You're playing at this level, you're playing good teams every week, and you got to play your best. Houston's on a roll. They've won 5 of 6. You look at it, if they win Saturday, which you still have to go win, they'll be 6-2 in the league. Only the team that wins between Cincinnati and Tulane will have a better record, so they'll tie for second. So they're a quality team. Now, should we lose like that? No way. That's something we got to do better, and hopefully we'll play better this week, because Temple's a good team too. You know what I'm saying? Temple's a much improved team. They don't have a great record. I get that. The whole bit. Stan's done a great job. Stan was a GA for us when I was at Eastern Michigan. So I've known him for a long time. He's had a lot of great jobs. He's a good guy. He's brought a lot of enthusiasm to their program. And right now they're not putting any pressure on themselves to win. They're putting pressure on themselves just to go play good. And they're doing it. They're playing hard. Every game they're playing hard. They had a disastrous game against Central Florida. But really all the other games, they've been in there, they've competed. So I think they're 5th in the nation in sacks. That's pretty good. So I know that there's some things we're very concerned about. It'll be a good game. Philadelphia, late winter. I don't know. I think the weather's going to be pretty kind to us. I don't think it'll be a crowd noise deal, but it surely won't be a motivational deal either from that. You know what I'm saying? So you're always concerned about those things as a coach. That's probably more than you wanted.
You were able to get Mason Garcia some snaps
last
week. What is the ideal situation for him going into Saturday, if you have an ideal situation concerning him and playing time?
Well, I just think that, anytime we could get him in there, I really wanted to get him in there more. And just I think it was such a frustrating game that, and it being senior day, I sure didn't want to just take Holton out, because really, he just wanted to be in there so much. And, we really tried to take Keaton out, and he just ran in there. He just, because he just wanted to do better. They just all felt so bad, as we all did. As coaches, we all did. Everybody in the organization felt bad, okay, we just did not perform well today. So I wish I could have gotten him in more. I hope we can get him in some. I just think every little bit he gets to play makes him prepare better. You know, in practice, when you say, hey, you got to be ready this week, you know, you're one snap away, and you are, and then you don't get in because Holt's just tough now. There's a lot of backup quarterbacks that would have played a lot if the other guy, somebody besides him, would have been a starter, because they wouldn't have went back in there. And he keeps going back in there, and it's his deal. It's his year. It's his team. So we're not going to take him out of there. But every little bit when he gets in, then I can just see it lifts him up to, I'm relaxed, I'm ready to go, I'm going to practice harder, I know this, my time is coming. And that's an exciting thing for me too, that his time is coming. You know, it'd be very sad for Holton to leave, but as a coach, you kind of live for two things. One guy getting good and doing what he can do, and then him graduating and moving on to something bigger and better, and then you live for the next one starting and seeing his journey. And so I'm excited about that too.
You mentioned the pass rush, and it's more than just one guy, but also your offensive line has done a hell of a job keeping Holton off his back.
Yeah.
Just what are your thoughts on that matchup this week?
You know, it's not a one-on-one matchup thing that I think concerns us. They just have some good little schemes, some good little twists, some good blitzes. They're not a big blitz team. So when a team doesn't blitz all the time, it's kind of like fastball, ooh, suck. That was the name, all-speed pitch. You know, you make it look silly right there. And that's what happens to you. That's what they do a good job. Just base. Ooh, there came the gimmick. You back better not forget to check his guy. You know what I'm saying? You better get the ID right. You better get the twist right. So that's how they've done it. Really, I think Varner, number 9, we've been told is going to be out. Now, you know how that is. You never know. Sometimes they'll limp out there, but supposedly he broke his foot. So he was probably their most dominant individual pass rusher. So it won't be a one-on-one thing like that. It's going to be more 5 guys up front working together, which is always the key. And then, you know, you include the back in that protection. The quarterback's involved in that. And, you know, receivers are involved in that somebody's got a hot route, somebody's got a quick route, somebody's got to be looking, somebody's got to be at the right depth, or, you know, you have to hold the ball too long. So that's what we've been in 3rd and long way too much the last 3 weeks. We've got a bad trend going there. We've been really good, and I think that's why we've played well most of the year, because we'd stayed out of 3rd and long. Our average was like being in 3rd and 5.5 in 3rd downs. The last couple of weeks now, it's been 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. It's been our average. So that means we're having too many long yardage plays. We got to eliminate that.
Final game of the regular season, is there any plays left in the playbook that we haven't seen yet, or you kind of emptied it out already?
No, I think there's always things, and you have new things, and sometimes you practice them all week and you don't get a chance to run them because other type plays are, they're down, specific. They're on the field specific. It's a red zone play, it's a goal line play, it's a 3rd down play or stuff like that. Or maybe it's a 1st down play that you need a 1st down, Sometimes you need it on the right hash. Sometimes you need it on the left hash, according to, your quarterback's left-handed. Maybe it needs to go that way. So sometimes you don't get those called. I'd like to get some things called that just work. At this point last week, just anything would have worked. I wish we could have found it. I wish we could have drawn something else up because it just didn't seem like it did. And I say that, yet I'm saying 7 or 8 times we had, in this business, we talk to each other in the field, and we don't play Houston next week. And obviously, Brandon Jones, a great friend of mine, was the O-line coach here, so we talk a lot. Coach Weaver talks with him a lot. We kind of hooked us up. We talked with the defense coordinator because we don't play you. So he's like, hey, what can you tell me? What'd you have on us? Because you had a couple of things, okay, and then there was a couple of things you did, and I want to know why you did that. What made you do that? And we asked him the same thing, and he was, we were sharing information, and he was like, you had us on this one. That totally blew us away. He dropped it, or I don't know why he didn't throw it to this guy, or whatever. Or so-and-so slipped, and you're like, yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. But it's a result-oriented game. We all know that. So that's the whole thing. When you get a shot, you got to make your shot. And so we got some stuff. Yeah, we haven't done everything. I mean, we're not a trick type deal. That's really not what we are. Coach wants to be a downhill, beat you up, be more physical type deal. We constantly say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. But and my man Lincoln's now the goo of all goos, and he surely deserves it. That was his saying too when we were here, because we were really simple when we were here. I mean, literally, we dropped back, the guys ran good routes, the guy threw it good, we blocked them good. When we had backs that ran good, we were really good on offense. We had back-to-back 1,000-yard rushers, which we have now, I guess. And I really feel like we were trending in the right direction. We came home from Utah. I was feeling really good about where we were going. And not that I'm feeling bad now. I'm just feeling like it's time to get the brakes on, get it turned around. I like to finish good here. I think we have probably 2 games. I think that's safe to say. I sure would like to go play good here. We'll do anything we can do to make that happen.
Coach, we talked a lot about Holton playing through an injury this year, but Isaiah Foote, he's like gone in and out all year. Like, what's his first year starting? What's he done on the offensive line to kind of impress you guys?
Man, has he grown up? You know what I'm saying? 3 years ago, he's one of those guys you're thinking, come on, man, you know, you got to grow up. And he has. And it just shows in his toughness because I think he's playing with 4 injuries right now. And he keeps coming back after practice too. And, you know, we're not making him. We keep saying, can you go? And he's like, yeah, you know, I got to go. I want to go. And we are thin up front. We're very inexperienced there. When he was out Saturday, we got exposed a couple of times. So, you know, sometimes as an offensive lineman, you only get noticed when you do bad. You also get noticed probably when you're out and the other guy does bad or something. Then you go like, wow, we really miss him. He is better. So you go give him an extra hug. So, yeah. I mean, like I say, he's the bionic man right now. They put him together. I don't know what it costs to outfit him right now. He's got so many braces and wraps on, but he's expensive.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, go-to Thanksgiving Day meal. What's your go-to?
Well, mashed potatoes is the number one. I got to have the mashed potatoes. You know, that's the Irishman in me, I guess. So that's the go. The turkey, I have a little turkey with it. You know, that's just, to me, that's the trimmings. It's more about the potatoes and the dressing, I guess. And then maybe what I wash it down with. I'm a true partner. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all being here.